Hello everybody, and welcome back to another video. I am Pat from Pat's Path Predictor, and this is the video that we're going to be talking about all the other severe risks. But before we do have an update from the SPC for day 1, which is today. The moderate risk has been extended to a bit slightly, as well as the tornado threat now being up from 10% to 15% with a hatched area. So we're going to go ahead and cover that first, and then we'll get into the rest of the stuff. Alright, so this is the situation we have right here. First off, the moderate risk expanded slightly more to the south, encompassing parts of Topeka, Kansas now, so that's what's going on. Everything else is the same. The tornado threat, though, has been upped in a small area. This is at 15% from in this area right here, including the cities of Topeka and Manhattan, Kansas, as well as Junction City, as well as Patrice, Nebraska. Everything else, there's been really no change that's happened. The wind threat has also changed. The hail threat is not, but the wind threat has. There is now a 45% risk of wind within that hatched area within 25 miles of a point, and this is significant, which means there is a 45% chance of wind of 75 miles per hour or more happening within 25 miles of a point. So that's the situation we have right there, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, they have upped it up a bit, the tornado risk a little bit, and same with the wind in the area-wise. So, yeah, basically that's the quick update right there. I'm not going to go ahead and get into the synopsis too much because this video is not for that. This video is for days 2, 3, 4, and 6, because day 6 now is a 15% risk, and we'll get ahead and get to that. Now, day 2. A slight risk is issued from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, all the way down to the Boot Heel of Missouri. So this is what it is. It moved east to St. Louis, but now it's affecting more areas. In fact, the slight risk is affecting potentially a population of 17 million people right there, including Chicago, Indianapolis, Aurora, Rockford, Naperville, Milwaukee. So yeah, that's what's going on. The marginal risk, 23 million people from San Antonio, Texas, all the way up to Green Bay, Wisconsin right there. So now we have the tornado and hail threats. The tornado threat's more concentrated around the Chicago area, actually. It's a 5% up there, but everywhere else is 2%. The wind threat is basically the most widespread. It's a 15% right here from Milwaukee all the way down to the Boot Heel of Missouri, which is why the slight risk is where it is. The hail threat is there, but it's a little bit more concentrated in Illinois rather than Indiana. So I thought I'd cover that real quickly. Let's go ahead and read the summary and synopsis. There's a slight risk of severe thunderstorms for parts of the middle Mississippi Valley and lower Ohio Valley. Summary. Severe thunderstorms associated with a threat of wind damage and isolated hail, large hail are possible Saturday from the mid-Mississippi Valley into the western Great Lakes. A couple of tornadoes may also occur from eastern Illinois into southern Wisconsin. Synopsis. A mid-level low over eastern Nebraska associated with a mid-level trough over the lower Missouri Valley will gradually move to the middle to upper Mississippi Valley regions by daybreak Sunday, while a mid-level ridge, over the Great Lakes slowly moves east. A surface cyclone will weaken as it migrates from southeast Dakota to southern Minnesota, during the period. An associated cold front will push east across a large part of the Corn Belt, and with the trailing portion moving to northeast Texas by early evening. Mid to upper Mississippi Valley, an extensive corridor of broken bands of showers and thunderstorms will likely be ongoing during the morning across the lower Missouri Valley and mid-Mississippi Valley. Strong southerly low-level flow will advect increasing moisture into the mid-Mississippi Valley in the wake of the earlier warm advection activity, with weak to moderate destabilization expected by the mid to early afternoon immediately ahead of the front. I've looked at the Cape. The highest it gets is about 2,300, so we're not going to see the 5,000 joules of kilogram of Cape that we're seeing in the Great Plains, but we are going to see a pretty okay amount, so just keep that in mind. Forecast hydrographs will favor organized storm structures with upper updrafts, including supercells. The stronger storms will be capable of a hail wind risk. This seems to be a greater risk for a couple of tornadoes. It seems the greater risk for a couple of tornadoes will be focused over parts of Illinois where models indicate greater buoyancy shear combination by late afternoon. This activity will weaken during the evening as it moves across parts of the western and southern Great Lakes. Arcla text the Rio Grande Valley. I'm not going to read that because that's not where the biggest severe threat is. So, yeah, not only that, we got to keep this video going. So, yeah, this is day 3 right here. They've upped it to a slight risk for this area. It kind of looks like a little bit of an eraser right there, but nevertheless encompasses the cities of Amarillo, Lubbock, Albany, and Midland, Texas right there. So, yeah, that's basically it is. It's in western Texas, parts of eastern New Mexico, parts of the Oklahoma Panhandle. So, yeah, that's what's going on. There is a slight risk of severe thunderstorm. Summary. A severe threat will develop across parts of the southern high plains Sunday afternoon and evening. Large hail, wind damage, and a few tornadoes are expected. And now, I'm saying that it is expected. That's a bit alarming to me. So I'm going to be paying attention to this in the next few days, because if they're saying it 2 days out, they're saying this for Sunday, it's expected. That's not a good sign. But anyway, I'm going to continue reading this just so we can keep going. Southern High Plains. A upper level trough will move quickly eastward across the Intermountain West on Sunday. Ahead of the system, mid-level flow across the southern and central plains will be somewhat cyclonic and from the west-southwest. Models suggest that a lead shortwave trough ahead of the main system will move eastward across the southern and central high plains Sunday afternoon. This will create conditions favorable for scattered, strong to severe thunderstorm development. The air mass ahead of the shortwave trough will be moderately unstable by the afternoon across much of Texas and northward into the Oklahoma Panhandle. Although not particularly focused, the thunderstorm development will be possible during the afternoon along the western and northern edges of the moderate instability from far eastern New Mexico into West Texas and northward into the southeastern Colorado. Thunderstorms are expected to be organized and move eastward across the southern high plains during the late afternoon and early evening. Isolated marginal severe storms could also occur further north into parts of southwest Kansas. In addition to the moderately unstable air mass, the exit region of a 55 to 70 knot mid-level jet will create strong deep layer shear across parts of the southern high plains. This feature will also enhance lift and push elevated mixed layer eastward, making conditions ripe for supercells with large hail. Hailstones of greater than 2 inches in diameter will be possible across parts of the Texas Panhandle, where the combination of instability and shear is forecast to be maximized. Now, let's look at the risk right here, because this is 15%. That's where this hail is going to be at. Where this hatched risk is, which is where the 10% or greater probability of significantly severe weather within 25 miles of a point is, that's where it is. So, once again, I will be keeping an eye out on it, and you'll keep getting updates as the situation progresses. So, that's essentially, the wind, a strong tornado could occur in this environment. A wind damage threat will also exist with stronger storms. The severe threat should persist in the mid to late evening before capping incursions reduces convection across the region. Alright, so let's go ahead and now we're going to go to the longer term forecast, day 4 through 8. Day 4 encompasses a bunch of Texas, a bunch of Oklahoma, and parts of Kansas, including Dallas, because Dallas is always in these things. It's become a meme at this point. Oklahoma City, Norman, Fort Sill, Tulsa, Wichita Falls, Waco. So, I'll be keeping an eye out on this one right here, but this one right here is a bit more worrying to me, just based on the fact that they've issued this on day 6, I mean, that by itself isn't an issue to be concerned about, but it piques my interest a bit because of how far out they're issuing this. But yeah, day 6, it's encompassing the same area. We'll have to keep a very close eye out on this. Okay, I didn't want to do that. So let's go ahead and go to we're going to talk about day 4 through day 6. Day 4, Monday to Wednesday. And Monday, day 4 to Wednesday, day 6. We're going to skip day 5 because the predictability is too low. But day 4 and day 6 we're going to talk about. An upper-level trough is forecast to move across the southern and central plains on Monday. Ahead of this system, the moist and unstable air mass is forecast to cross much Texas, Oklahoma, and southeast Kansas during the afternoon. Model forecasts are relatively in good agreement concerning the position for instability corridor and shortwave trough. As a result, confidence is considered concerning in the forecast concerning the forecast of a severe threat within the southern High Plains Monday afternoon. This threat area has been expanded northward due to some solutions being more aggressive, with having more aggressive moisture return. Moderate instability and deep layer shear along the steep mid-level lapse rates will be favorable for supercells with large hail. Wind damage and a few tornadoes may also occur during the late afternoon to early to mid-evening. Now, Wednesday. An upper-level trough is forecast to move eastward into the Rockies as a moist, unstable air mass develops across the southern High Plains. Scattered thunderstorms will be possible along the east of the dry line Wednesday afternoon, from northwest Texas northward to western Oklahoma and southern Kansas. The instability combined with a moderate deep layer shear and steep level lapse rates should support supercell development. Large hail, wind damage, and a few tornadoes seem likely in parts of the southern plains Wednesday afternoon and evening. A 15% area has been added to reflect the possibility of a severe weather event. If you're hearing likely 6 days out, keep a very close eye on this, because I'm going to be doing that. I'm not sure what's going to come out of this, but what I do know is that if they're using language like that, pay close attention. And also, see what your local news source talks about this, says about this, etc., etc. But yeah, if they're issuing stuff like that, keep a close eye out, and I will be doing that for you. But with that being said, that is going to wrap up this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new. It helps me out and helps me make more videos like these. It also helps inform more of the public about severe weather hazards like these. And with that being said, guys, have a wonderful day. And if you're in Kansas and Nebraska right now, stay safe.